I walk in here, and most days the irony is not lost on me that this church is attached to a building that once belonged to someone who was part of the Ku Klux Klan, who this church called an openly gay pastor who was removed from the roster of the ELCA, that this church had a female pastor and then a female African-American pastor, and now a bishop who is gay sits in the office where once bedrooms were in this mansion. So it's just kind of an ironic situation all the way around. It also shows me how wonderful God's sense of humor is and how wonderful God's grace is when we least expect it. I'm fortunate to still have two grandmothers that are living, that are aging, and pleased to know that their grandson's a bishop, even though neither one of them really understand what that means. And I told them it's okay, I'm still learning what that means. One of the things I love about being a Lutheran Christian is that we worship in a vast array of styles and traditions, and it can still be intrinsically Lutheran, and it doesn't all have to look alike. I have been asked by 40 or 50 people for the past year to discern this, consider this, pray about this, and I kept saying, I don't think so. I didn't think so at the time. I thought, I'm not sure about that. I also thought, I'm not sure that the Synod will elect me. Just to be honest, I thought probably not going to happen. And then finally, in probably April, a few people said, Kevin, you always talk about trusting the Holy Spirit, and you always talk about that you should always be open to call. And I said, yeah, I do talk about that for other people, but this is kind of a scary big deal. So when we see someone come into these churches, that we welcome them wholly because they bring in the holy. I also hope that as we look at the decline of numbers of people showing up for church, that we look at the decline of our buildings physically, we look at the decline of age, we have got to quit having the conversation solely just on decline. Because not only is that not getting us anywhere, but let's be real, we've been having that same conversation for as long as I've been a member of this church. If that's only where we're going to have the conversation, then we're putting, I think, far too much trust in institutional church and not near enough trust in the God in whom we say we believe.